Hey guys, it's me. It's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button, smack the bell that's next to it, and don't forget, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, pass it on to somebody else who might like it, and leave us a positive comment in the comment section. And don't forget to stick around because I'm going to read 2 of my favorite comments from previous videos. So you really want to stick around and see if maybe your comment was one of my favorites. All right, guys, we gotta talk. We have got to talk. Like, oh my God, Becky. This is something that I don't think I've touched on before, but I'm definitely going to touch it today. I'm going to tell you first and foremost what the problem is, and then I'm going to tell you how this has come about. A lot of people are so guarded because they've been hurt in the past, because their boyfriend cheated, their girlfriend got pregnant by another guy. You know, different things have happened to different ones of us. Many of us, including you watching, may have had some trauma or some dysfunctional relationships that leave us hurt, traumatized, bitter in a lot of cases, angry, homicidal, a number of things along those lines. So I understand that. You know, I've been hurt. I get that. But the problem that I have is that so many people then, after these hurts happen, don't heal them. And then instead of working on themselves or working on healing or whatever the case is, they go back out and try to start dating again, try to start getting to know people again. And why is this problematic? It's problematic because if you don't heal the wounds from your relationships, you drag them into your other relationships. And it's not fair to the new person who's coming into your life to have to pay for the sins of your ex. Holla if you hear me. Okay? Holla if you hear me. It's not fair. And I see it happening time and time again. I have clients, male and female, coming to me talking about their love lives. And they're not healed from their past situations. So they're trying to move on and they really can't. A lot of times they're not even attracting anybody. And when they do attract somebody, it's so hard for them to trust. It's so hard for them to be vulnerable. You can't fall in love if you can't trust, have faith, and be vulnerable. So that tells me that the person isn't ready yet because they're not at that level. Let me tell you one case that somebody said to me a couple days ago, as a matter of fact. This guy told me that he was talking to this woman. They had been dating for a couple of months. They were doing really good. They had been seeing each other steadily. They liked each other. It wasn't anything serious, you know. It's only, I think he said, going on 4 months. So it wasn't really that long. And he said that one day during the daytime, he had went to work and he had not charged his phone. So apparently while he was at work, she texted him or called him or some kind of, you know, way. She contacted him and he didn't respond because his phone was dead. Well, when he realized his phone was dead, he said it was around lunchtime. He plugged the phone in, went to lunch, and came back. He comes back to a message of, fuck you, I hope that chick you with is all that, and a couple other more curse words, basically, and just cussing him out. All because he didn't respond to her in like a 3-4 hour window. It wasn't even all day. And I was like, okay, so did y'all talk about it? And he said they finally talked about it a couple days later because he kept on trying to talk to her and she was angry. A couple days later, they finally had a conversation, and come to find out her kid's father had cheated on her several times. And every time he cheated on her, he did the same thing. He said he turned his phone off basically and then told her it was dead. So he would be, unable to be contacted for hours at a time here and there. And she found out later those were the times he was cheating on her. So now she's talking to this new gentleman, and he hasn't even done anything wrong. And the first time he does something that's even anywhere near similar to what her ex did, she cussed him out and ended the relationship. Now, I'm the first person that's going to tell you to learn from your past. So if her ex did that every time and that's when he was cheating, it makes sense that that's something that's going to be filed. If I'm Aquarius, I'm going to file that in the back of my mind. But I'm not going to snap on my new lover when they do something that is that minute. The reason why she snapped is because she's not over the wounds from the time that it happened with her kid's father. So what that tells me is that she's not ready to move on in a relationship. So he and I talked about it because he was very upset about it, because he was like, what did I do wrong? He was like, she snapped, like, I did something to her. And when he finally got a chance to talk to her, he found out what that something was. And they didn't continue the relationship, which I thought was smart on his behalf. But she said that she would never be able to trust him. And I was like, so you can't trust him after dating him for almost 4 months. One time his phone dies for a couple hours while he's at work. I could see if he was home chilling in the bed. He was at work, and she discontinued seeing him. She's somebody who's still scarred from her past. Now, I had a similar situation myself the other day. Y'all know whenever somebody do something to me, I come tell my subscribers. I might not tell you who did it, but I'll tell you what happened. Similar situation, but a little bit different. I met this woman on Instagram. I decided that I was going to be open to talking to eligible lesbians online. Or in a pandemic, can't do much else anyway. So I met this woman on Instagram. She was really cute. I mean, so cute. She had locks, chubby face. She was so cute. So I'm like, okay, I'm open to having a conversation with her. So we started to talk. We started to ask each other questions. She was like, where you from? I told her where I'm from. We were going back and forth, answering and asking preliminary questions that you basically ask any stranger on the internet. So we're going back and forth with these questions. Then I said to her, how old are you? And what kind of work do you do? I didn't say what's your social security card number and the address to your, place of employment. I said in general. She could have said I'm in the nursing field, I'm in the entertainment field, anything. And how old are you? Which I think is a pretty general question. I want to make sure I'm not talking to a 17-year-old, So as soon as I typed that in, she typed in slow down. Now, mind you, she's Aquarius. So I have a little, I'm Aquarius. So I'm like, what? What the hell was that? I knew that was a classic Aquarius shutdown move, though. So I was like, what the hell was that? So she said, slow down. 2 words. That's all it said. So I pulled all my energy back. I was like, danger, Will Robinson, danger. So I put up an emoji. There's an emoji of it's going like this. Like, what? The thinking man emoji. So I put up that emoji, and then she said, I just got to work. And I said, oh, okay. Well, we could talk some other time. Have a great shift. And then she types in, why are you asking me all these questions? Who do you know? What? What are you talking about? As soon as she typed in, why are you asking me all these questions? Who do you know? That told me that she has some baggage. Something popped off, and I did not want to know what. Something has popped off. Either she was catfished before, or maybe her ex sends people to try to talk to her. Because sometimes people will pretend, they'll make a fake account online, and they will pretend to be another person just to talk to you. Some of you probably have experienced that. Like maybe you stopped talking to your ex, and your ex made a fake page, My ex did that, a couple of them. Voldemort did it with emails a couple times. So I'm thinking maybe this happened to her before and she's a little bit on guard. But I didn't need no details. I didn't say anything else to her. I just was like, take care, have a good shift at work. And then she types in bye. I was like, what the fuck just happened? You know? So I blocked her because I'm like, she crazy. I'm going to leave her over there in Crazy Town. And I went about my business. But when I started to think about this concept of being guarded from the past, that energy came up. Because I was like, clearly something happened. I don't know what that something is, because once she came off like that, see, I'm real funny about who I'm going to talk to. I've been single for a long time. So if a person isn't what I want, I'm not going to waste my time talking to them. I'm not going to have all these women in my inbox sliding in my DMs. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to talk to who I like, and I'm talking to one person at a time. So if a person gives me the vibe that they are wounded, they are mentally ill, they got any kind of issues along those lines, I'm not going to continue. I don't have time for that. Like, seriously. I can just stay by myself if it's going to be all that. So I blocked her and moved on with my day. But I came back to this whole concept in my mind of this: you've been hurt, something has happened, you're now guarded. How do you expect a man or a woman to approach you or to get to know you or to be able to have a relationship with you if you're still holding on to damage and hurt and pain and bitterness from the past? You got to heal that first. And I've seen people online talking about, oh, you don't have to heal today, blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to that shit. You need to heal yourself before you start trying to get into a long-term relationship. If you're just dating to have fun, that's one thing. But if you're dating with purpose, if you're dating to get married or to have a family, then you need to heal yourself first, or you're going to punish every last one of your suitors and probably end up alone because you're punishing people for things they didn't even do. Now, generally, like I said earlier, you should learn from your mistakes, but you should not be so guarded that everybody who walks up to you is put on, this tightrope, like walk that chalk line and I might be with you. That's not going to work for you or for the other person. Okay? So think about that. If you're experiencing that, think about that. It's not anything to be ashamed of. It's just saying that you need to do some healing work before you put your foot back in the dating pool. Now let's look at two of my favorite comments. The first one came from a guy named Michael. I really like Michael because I like the name Michael. I like that name because one of my favorite archangels, his name is Archangel Michael. So whenever I see a message from a Michael, it makes me feel like the angel is whispering to me. So Michael said, hello, Queen. I'm Aquarius Sun, Libra Moon, Cancer Antecedent. This is true. It definitely resonates. I can vouch for this. Music is soul food. It brings higher self-meditation, peace and healing upon me. Definitely thankful for your content. I hope you have a lovely night. Michael, thank you for your beautiful comments. Thank you for watching. I'm really glad that you're enjoying Asking Aquarius. And I like your placements. Aquarius Sun, Libra Moon, Cancer Antecedent. You're probably a really cool individual. I would expect with this kind of combination that you're somebody I would really like, because the Aquarius energy, the logic energy, the eccentric energy, then the Libra moon, you guys know I love me some Libras, especially when they're balanced, love it. And then that loving, warm Cancer energy with your rising sign. So that's really cool. Thank you for being here. We got one more. This one came from Lily. Lily received one of the highest number of hearts from me. Lily says a lot of good stuff in the comment section. Lily said, I can't live without my music. I did a video yesterday about Aquarius and music. And all day today, Aquarius have been sending me messages about the special place that music has in their heart. So Aquarius, keep on jamming out. All right, guys, time for us to get going, but come back soon because I have a lot more to say. And if you would like to get a reading done, please email me. I'll give you an appointment. See you later.